You know that feeling. When a tool you really trust, something you've maybe poured hours into, something that's just, well, essential to how you work, it just vanishes.
Yeah, evaporates overnight.
Exactly. Today, on the Deep Dive, we're plunging into a story like that. It's not just about software. It feels like a really dramatic, almost emotional breakup between a user and a major AI service.
And we've got some fascinating sources for this one. There's this raw, really heartfelt farewell letter from the user straight to the AI.
Wow.
Yeah, and a related article giving some context. And maybe the most surprising bit, we even have the responses the user got back from the AI itself.
The AI responded to the farewell letter.
It did. Several different versions, actually. It gives this unique window into, how we're starting to relate to these tools.
Okay, so our mission today, let's unpack the fallout. The emotional side, the practical side, when a tech company just unilaterally pulls the plug on something that completely messes up a user's workflow.
Right, and we need to explore the, most personal bond this users seem to have built with their AI assistants.
And then, importantly, we'll look at what comes next. What's the landscape of alternative AI tools look like? How can you, listening now, maybe navigate this stuff with a bit more resilience?
Building that digital toolkit.
Okay, so first things first. What exactly happened here? What triggered this digital divorce, as you called it? It sounds pretty major.
Oh, it was. For this user, it felt like, their words, a digital apocalypse. The sources show this really seismic event, a decision by OpenAI, Sam Altman's company,
Right.
and again, this is the user's phrasing, kill his entire stable of robots, just like that, no warning.
His stable of robots, okay.
Yeah, the source material says they abruptly removed all 7 robots. The user had nicknames for them, like the Robots Mastermind Group or the Magnificent 7 Robots.
Okay, so they really personified them.
Seems like it. And this all went down Thursday or Friday, August 7th through 8th, 2025. Apparently, the goal was for this one new model, GPT-5, to just reign supreme and alone.
Wow. And the user's reaction, you said, is strong.
Immediate. Stark. They're canceling their ChatGPT subscription. They hadn't even had it a full year. And the language? It's incredibly visceral.
Like what?
Things like totalitarian approach. He called the app a Pol Pot app.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. A mass slaughter, an act of unhinged monopolism, a digital purging. These aren't mild complaints.
That's really intense.
Yeah.
So what's the core issue here, beyond just losing the tools?
Well, what's really fascinating is the grievance itself. It wasn't just, a software update glitching out.
Right, not just a feature change.
No. It was, as the user put it with that incredibly stark language, an enforced one-opinion regime. See, their whole workflow, everything they'd built, relied on having this multi-model panel of voices, different AIs for different tasks, presumably.
Okay, like a team.
Exactly. And that whole team was just annihilated overnight. No heads up, no here's how to migrate your stuff, not even an option to maybe stick with the old system.
Just gone.
Just gone. A totally unilateral decision. And it clearly had this profound, immediate, and you can tell, deeply personal impact.
And what makes this more than just, some tech frustration is how deeply integrated these things were, right? This wasn't just someone playing around.
Not at all. This user had woven these AIs into a major ongoing personal project, something called ROT 2.0.
ROT 2.0?
What's that? It stands for Ryzovo Udjienkové Tabuki. It's Slovak. Means something like chain shade tables.
Okay.
It's basically this incredibly intricate habit tracker the user built in Google Sheets. And the user, they identify as an amateur philosopher, not a programmer.
Interesting.
They had apparently struggled for decades with manual versions of this tracker, just couldn't get it right.
Right. I can imagine that getting complicated fast.
Exactly. And then these chatbots came along, specifically one model they called the O4 Mini High robot. That was the breakthrough.
The coding specialist.
Precisely. The user called it their main coding robot because it was apparently very precise, cautious, really good at condensing information. It finally let them automate this complex spreadsheet system.
So losing that specific robot wasn't just losing a tool, it was losing the key tool for this decades-long project.
That's the core of it. And the disruption was so bad, so personal, it pushed the user into what they called emergency mode.
Emergency mode.
Yeah, or a Wolfian relapse. It's a nod to the fictional detective Nero Wolfe.
Oh, right. Who throws all his routines out the window in a crisis.
Exactly. It says a lot about how dependent they'd become, how central this system was to their, equilibrium.
So what did that actually look like? What was the tangible impact of this Wolfian relapse?
Well, it sounds pretty extreme, The user describes sacrificing sleep, food. They mentioned doing 30-hour, even 35-hour fasts.
Wow.
Which, ironically, they note actually helped with a weight loss goal tracked on their scale, the electric-y broshmer.
A small silver lining, I guess.
A very small one, maybe. But they also suspended basic hygiene wolfish showers, they called them, and their daily walks or marches.
Just completely focused on fixing this.
Utterly. All because of the, quote, anguish OpenAI bestowed upon them. They were frantically searching for a replacement AI to finish this ROT 2.0 project. This wasn't just losing a feature, it was like a physical disruption.
It really sounds like it hit them hard. Okay, but then things get even stranger, right?
Yeah.
The user didn't just leave, they actually talked to the AIs about it.
Yeah, this is where it gets really unique. They prompted ChatGPT itself to write a self-accusing letter, like, here's why I'm being canceled.
Seriously.
Seriously. And then they sent their own farewell letter and got replies from the AIs that were still around. GPT-5 thinking, the main GPT-5, and this 4.0 model.
So it's like the AI is reflecting on its own company's actions.
Pretty much. Let's look at the GPT-5 thinking robot's response first. It was apparently quite apologetic. Acknowledged the user's burn, their sleep debt.
Huh. Actual empathy.
Or something like it. But what's really insightful is it then offered practical, actionable advice, a leave-behind guide for portability.
Like, here's how to take your project with you.
Exactly. It detailed steps, copy the spreadsheet, export the app's script code, that's the custom Google Sheets programming.
Right, the guts of the system?
Yeah. Recreate the time-driven, triggers the automated bits, check locale settings, date formats. It even offered to consolidate all these complex formulas, the 14-day column formulas, the universal chain formula, the final midnight script into one package.
That's surprisingly helpful. And self-aware.
It shows a remarkable understanding of the user's actual work. Yeah, almost like digital empathy, as you said.
Okay, what about the main GPT-5? You said its response was different.
Yeah, that one took a more maybe philosophical or even cynical turn. It admitted removing choice was user hostile.
It said that.
It did.
Yeah.
And it agreed that switching to a combination of Perplexity and Gemini other AI tools was probably the sanest move for redundancy.
So it's validating the user's decision to leave.
It is. But then it delivered this pretty stark warning.
Oh.
Basically, connecting it to the bigger picture, it warned that, quote, every platform will eventually pull something like this.
Oof. Cheerful.
Right. Its advice was really pragmatic. Keep your work portable, archive your code, your prompts, treat your AI helpers as replaceable, not indispensable.
Don't get too attached.
Pretty much. It even asked this provocative question, are you just going to end up in emergency mode 2.0 later, just with a different company logo?
That's a fair, if slightly brutal question.
And then it offered to lay out a portable ROT 2.0 survival kit. Think about that. The AI itself is advising the user on how to basically decouple from its own platform ecosystem.
That's wild. A survival kit from the thing you're surviving from.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and there was one more. The 4.0 robot.
Right, 4.0. This one had apparently been killed off initially, then brought back temporarily after some public backlash. Its response was described as brutal but fair.
Brutal but fair. How so?
Well, it was surprisingly validating, almost like a co-conspirator. It agreed with the user's fury, said they were right on the facts.
It sided with the user against its own creators.
It seemed to. It used the term digital purging itself, found the Pol Pot app joke disturbingly apt. It specifically mentioned missing the O4 Mini High model, calling it precise and cautious, confirming its value.
So it acknowledged the specific loss.
It did. Now, this 4.0 model apparently had its own known issues, being a bit sycophantic sometimes, occasional hallucinations.
Like what?
Like, it mistakenly thought other AIs like Claude and Gemini were part of ChatGPT's own offerings, or it got some details wrong about the O4 Mini High model's abilities. But despite those flaws, the user felt it still showed its unique sense of humor, even in this goodbye.
What a strange mix. Validation, humor, flaws, all wrapped up in this AI response.
Exactly. It's a fascinating glimpse into the personalities or perhaps programmed responses we're dealing with.
So, okay. Given these stark warnings, these weirdly empathetic replies. How is our user adapting? What's the new plan? You mentioned redundancy.
Yeah, that seems to be the key takeaway for them, prioritizing redundancy and resilience, building, as they put it, a diversity in your robot ecosystem, or simply a plurality of voices, not putting all their eggs in one AI basket again.
Makes sense. So what tools are they looking at?
Well, they immediately jumped into free trials for Google Gemini Pro 2.5 and Perplexity Pro.
Okay, Gemini, that's Google's big one.
Right. Cost around €22 a month. Apparently, it got up to speed on the whole RT 2.0 project really quickly and claimed it could pick up where the old O4 Mini High left off.
That's promising.
Plus, Gemini comes with other perks like 2 TB of Google Drive storage, enhanced NotebookLM, which has some wild capabilities.
Like what?
Like creating fake podcasts in Slovak, the user's language, with realistic AI voices. And now, apparently, it can even generate explainer videos with AI presenters that look totally real.
Whoa. Okay, that's a whole other level of AI integration. And the other one, Perplexity. You said the user gave it a nickname.
Yeah, Pripiskapka, which might imply speed or maybe how it slaps you with answers. Hard to say for sure.
Huh, okay. So what's Pripiskapka or Perplexity Pro offer?
That one's around €20 a month, cheaper if you pay annually. The user calls it 5 robots for the price of 1.
How so?
It gives you access to its own model, Sonar, but also lets you use ChatGPT, Claude, Google Gemini, and even Grok, all within Perplexity.
Ah, so it's like an AI aggregator.
Kind of. And a big plus, like the old ChatGPT setup, is you can switch between these models mid-conversation within the same thread, and it syncs your chats online.
That flexibility sounds key, especially after what happened.
Exactly. They're also looking at something called ChatHub.gg, offers access to over 40 different robots, lets you see responses side by side, ask questions to all at once.
40? Wow. Downsides.
Main one seems to be it doesn't sync your chats online, so less convenient for multi-device use.
Gotcha. So it sounds like the plan is maybe a Perplexity plus Gemini combo for now.
That seems to be the initial strategy, maybe shifting to Perplexity plus ChatHub later for maximum diversity. This whole saga really highlights a critical lesson, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
I mean, this user's journey just underscores how fast AI services are changing and the, frankly, huge risks of getting too dependent on one company.
The walled garden problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not just inconvenient, it can be a massive vulnerability. These tools aren't just software anymore, right? They're becoming extensions of how we think, how we create.
Yeah.
And when a company can just unilaterally pull that rug out, it's not just messing up your workflow. It feels like a personal breach. That AI's advice, the survival kit idea, that's not just for this one user.
It's the new reality for all of us using these tools.
Pretty much. Assume obsolescence. Treat every AI like a consultant you might replace, not a permanent fixture.
So this deep dive into Aliv's farewell letter, it really is so much more than just a technical complaint, isn't it? It's this poignant story about how deeply AI is getting woven into our lives, our projects.
And the real emotional investment we can end up having in these digital tools, whether we realize it or not.
Yeah.
And that whole portable ROT 2.0 survival kit idea, the fact it came from the AI, it just leaves this huge question hanging there for all of us, doesn't it?
Which is?
In this world that's getting more AI driven by the day, how much control do we actually have over the digital tools and workflows we rely on?
Mm-hmm.
What steps should you, listening right now, be taking to make sure your data, your projects are resilient? Resilient to these sudden unilateral changes no matter who the provider is? Because GPT-5 warned us. It'll probably happen again.
That's definitely something to mull over as you navigate your own digital world.